Yo, I'm strong and I got faith. I'm like a light shining so bright. I am strong, I've got faith in myself, 'cause I know I'm great. I am whole when it all seems hopeless. I am the light in the darkness. Yeah, fought for this all my life. Yeah, can't let them stop my stride. Oh no, just a matter of time. Hey, 'cause I'm on the rise. I am strong, I've got faith in myself, 'cause I know I'm great. I am whole when it all seems hopeless.
Would you, the main source that you would use the shepherd needle for?
Okay, growing up as a child in the Bahamas, and everybody knows this who live in the Bahamas, this shepherd needle, we would steep it, we would create an infusion. Sometimes we would beat the leaf to create a poultice if you have a cut. But we use it for measles, we use it for measles, we use it for scabies, we use it for any type of skin rash. You bathe in the water that is steeped with this. This will heal your skin. And today I'm making a soap with this soon. We'll be making a soap with this. But when you think about it, if you can externally put this on your skin and it heals your skin, imagine when you ingest it, what's going to happen to your skin. And one day, I was riding a horseback and I realized that I was sitting on muscle. I was sitting on a horseback and I said to myself, this animal is so strong. Yo, I felt muscle under me and I realized that not only is a horse muscular, but it was a horse that paralyzed Superman. And I said, but this horse don't eat meat. But the guide that was guiding me on the path, he said, Mr. Moncur, let's go. The horse is going to stop to get his food. Let's kick the horse. And as we would go along the path, the horse would stop every 10 minutes. And he would eat jumbe with the goat eat, which is good as DMT. People use it for brain and psychedelic reasons. They use this DMT. But the horse seemed to favor this plant, the shepherd needle. Every time he stopped, he would eat this shepherd needle. And so the guide told me, he said, Mr. Moncur, kick the horse. Kick him on his side. Because he's stopping too many times. Kick him. I said, sir, every morning my wife made me a glass of shepherd needle juice. As a matter of fact, I just had a glass before I came on this horseback expedition on Saffron. Nobody kicked me when I ate my shepherd needle. So why would I kick this horse for eating this shepherd needle? But then I asked, if this horse is so strong, just of eating shepherd needle, imagine if I eat it. It didn't kill him. Then I see the goat. The goat eats the shepherd needle. And the lady came to me and said, Mr. Moncur, my doctor told me to eat liver for iron and liver to build my blood. And I asked her, I said, what is the function of the liver? She said, the function of the liver? To remove poison and toxins out of the body. So I said, if liver remove toxins from the body, why would somebody recommend that you eat that one system or organ, that job is to remove poison and toxin for nutrition? Furthermore, if the goat eat so much, or the goat have so much iron in his liver that he could loan you some, then wouldn't it beg to ask the question, where's the goat getting his iron from? So why not go to the source of the iron as opposed to go into the liver of that beast that is loaded with toxic to get iron. So in the wisdom of the animal, he's going to this plant for the source of his nutrition. our ancestors, my great grandmother, she was 105 when she died. And she never went to the hospital. And she lived off this shepherd needle. This is growing wild. And sadly, a lot of my brothers and sisters here in the Bahamas, a lot of them may know it, but they don't know what the benefits are. A lot of them will say, well, my grandmother used it. But in the Bahamas, we use the shepherd needle. But at New Life, the mushroom burger that you ate, this was in that bun. If you look at the bread on the table, it's made with spelt and shepherd needle and sea moss. So this is something that is very, very good.
That leads to my first question.
It's good for hypertension. It's good for diabetes. Good for the circulatory system, and it's good for energy. But it cleans the derm of the skin. The shepherd needle. In the olden days, they would use this also for cold and flu. If you have the flu or you have the cold and coughs, they would use it for that. Shepherd needle.
That leads to my first question, Brother Jamal.
Yes.
Someone asks, what's a good source of protein for me?
You could use quinoa. Quinoa is good.
This coming from muscle builders too, guys who want to work out.
Oh, the maca is good. You can use maca and also suma. The Russians won all of the Olympics in the 80s and 90s, or they were up in the top 10.
What you call them? Sumas?
Suma, S-U-M-A.
That's a fruit or vegetable?
It's an herb.
Or plant.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's used, the powder is used, you could put it in shakes.
Okay.
Like the maca shake, the powder, you could use that instead of using the soy whey protein.
Oh.
You can use the maca and the suma. They found that all of those Russian bodybuilders, they was passing all the drug tests, but they were big. And when they check it out, they were using suma. Right? Now suma is also good for sickle cell anemia. It actually prevents a cell from sickling. We use suma. Okay, so suma, maca, sea moss, and hemp.
And hemp. There you go, people.
Yes. And so you can use the walnut, which is very good. You can use the sea moss and the hemp. You make a shake as opposed to using those artificial stuff. And that's excellent for that. Now, we have, that's the calendar again.
Look, they asked me to ask, what's a good salad dressing? I'm not wasting.
This streaming live?
Wasting questions. No, but I told them on Facebook that I'm live.
Well, this is here. Oh, I love to talk about this. I love to talk about this.
What's that right there?
This right here. This is the anamu. You heard Dr. Sebi talk about the anamu?
Nah, I ain't never.
He spoke about the first person he cured from breast cancer in its embryonic stages. He used anamu. Anamu has many different names. Some people call it guinea hen weed.
I did him, yeah.
Some people call it wild garlic. This is wild garlic. If you smell it, it smells similar like garlic.
Man, let that be a plant I done seen all this time.
Yeah, it's wild garlic. This is anamu. As a matter of fact, there was a Jamaican scientist that just won the patent on creating a formula from anamu. And guess what? He's curing cancer, prostate cancer, and breast cancer on the patent. And I'm told he was offered a bunch of money by the pharmaceutical companies for the patent, and he turned them down. So he created, in Jamaica, he created to cure cancer. And his elders and our ancestors used this plant for thousands of years. This plant is indigenous. This grows in the Caribbean. This grows in South America. Many different names. This is a wild plant. This is a wild species. This is the anamu. Now, the anamu is also used for botflies, for parasites, for different infestations of insects in the body. Now, this plant also is used by indigenous people. I'm getting in trouble here. But it's also used for abortion. The morning after, they call it. You take this, and the female will lose a baby. And so we caution persons using this while they're pregnant. So this is the anamu. It's very, very good for cancer. This is more potent than soursop or graviola with regards to cancer. This is the famous anamu. Let me see if I can show you. You may notice because it have a prickle also. That if you look at it carefully, you'll see that it has these
Set this up, babe, so we can go live.
You see, they have these prickles. These look like prickles. See, if you look at it, you see these prickles. They're not.
So I don't think I really saw this one. I might have to go around the yard and look.
Yeah, just go wild. Yeah, I got this. Where do you think I got this from? At the wild. Yeah. We make juice with this. So this is something that we also put into our juice. And this is the anamu.
So it's not like you gotta.
Huh? The juice in the kitchen now. You have to order it. Hey, put on the board. $25 for a gallon.
So brother Jamal, it's all you do. You go to nature for grocery shopping.
Yeah, I go in the yard in the wild.
Wow.
And I go foraging, we call it, and I look for wild stuff that has solids, and that's why they said the food is the medicine, and the medicine is the food. When you take some covenant, you're getting chlorophyll, you're getting iron. So I'm saying, but it's growing naturally. Now, oh my God, I'm gonna say this on record. You would go. When I do seminars, persons would ask me question and answer section. Mr. Moncur, eating healthy is so expensive. And I would say, why did you say that? Give me an example. And they would say, well, I would go to the food store and I would buy dandelions and kale. I said, stop right there. Because the first mistake you said is that you went to the food store for it. So as soon as you said you went to the food store for it, it's no longer healthy anymore. So don't come to me with eating healthy is expensive, because the horse, the wild animal, they don't have to pay for their food. But their food is more healthier than anything that you have to pay for. The lady that is walking, I'll give you an example. I was born on an island in the Bahamas. The Bahamas contain about 800 islands and keys. It's an archipelago of islands. I was born on an island called Cat Island. I grew up where there was no electricity, no telephone bills, there was no mortgage, there was no stress, and so, but there was also no lung cancer. Why? Because we didn't have telephones. So if I want to get a message from John,